And now we're ready for one of my favorite segments. Although I love the interviews we do, I really appreciate this coming up segment, Stu's Views.
Thank you, Patricia.
You're welcome.
All righty. This episode, this edition of Stu's Views, is going to follow up on the theme we've had for this program so far. It's the theme of happiness. And how can we take happiness and really have it be our baseline? And how can we increase, which we talked about our set point. So if our happiness level is maybe down here as our ordinary way of being, how can we raise it up a little bit? Raise our set point, enjoy ourselves a little bit more. And so I'm inviting in the notion of putting happiness into action. Okay, Marilyn and Tam discussed it earlier. I'm talking about celebration, which as far as I'm concerned celebration is the acknowledgement and putting a sense of happiness into action. Whether we're celebrating a birthday or celebrating a graduation, we're celebrating an achievement. We can even just celebrate the fact that, you know what, we just feel great in the moment. And so I feel inspired to share a song that is kind of the theme for this Stu's Views. And it kind of goes like this. It's from the 70s. I just want to celebrate another day of living. I just want to celebrate another day of life. Yes, I just want to celebrate another day of living. I just want to celebrate another day of life. Because you know, this show, Get Conscious Now, it reinforms me that I am, at the core, just simply consciousness, something that is not so physical, but traveling around in this physical form. So in many ways, life is truly a vacation from being formless. Think about that one. Life is a vacation from the formless, because we are these eternal, inanimate energy waves of consciousness that move around with moods and everything that we feel in our bodies. But we know that we are so much more than that. We really do. So here we are in these glorified meat suits and ego containers, and why not make the most of it? Because it can feel so good. When we're talking about happiness, isn't that really what we're talking about? Is just feeling good. So what is it that could have us feel so good in our minds and in our full being, and have it be a multi-dimensional experience that has us feel great and has us feel like celebrating? You know, because on some level, being formless, life is kind of like but a dream here, right? So if it's going to be a dream, maybe it could be a wet one, if you know what I mean. And really have some fun with it and say yes and thank you. And this is an amazing experience. So I'm going to take right now a vow of celebracy. Clearly not celibacy, although they're somewhat related in that they both involve a vow of not being so distracted by what can take us away from our true essence and our spiritual nature. And so my vow of celibacy is this. And it's solemn, because I mean this with every fiber of my being. I vow to recognize and be as aware as I possibly can of what a great gift it is to be alive and to have the ability to love, to have the ability to taste chocolate and go yum, to have the ability to have a screaming orgasm every now and then, to have my teeth rattle and say thank you, because it's amazing. And just to have the kids in my life and everybody else that I have in my life. And oh, by the way, just so you know, today is in the context of last night having a mass murder here, very close to here, very close to the studio in Santa Barbara. And so I'm fully aware of all the moments that can really bring us down and have us be in grief and in sadness and misery and despair. And my heart goes out to everybody affected by this. And I'm affected by it too. And my solemn vow and commitment every day is to be aware of the precious gift of life and to celebrate it in one form or another every single day. And that's it for today's Stu's Views.